I was reflecting this week on King David, but before he was king, when he was invited into the courts of Saul, and he came into King Saul's courts and he played music for him. I wonder if David ever felt like, oh man, I'm with someone who is important, someone who is full of prestige, someone who is anointed and called to do this. I was reflecting on the place that God called me for a day and a half this week, which was Keats Island, at this place called Barnabas Family Ministries, and it's all around me here. I was invited to lead worship and to speak into a devotional time with a number of Canadian leaders, people whom I've looked up to, people whom I've heard about their ministry, and I can't help coming into it but feeling like little King David coming before some great people of God. And then I realized that in the midst of this, God wants to speak to my heart, my fears, the things that I would hold up and say, well, God, I'm not this, I'm not that. Have you ever found yourself in the place where you feel like you're not enough, you feel like you're inadequate? I'm reminded constantly that God is my confidence. I'm not confident in myself. I can't do it on my own. I can only do it through Him. And if I find myself in the place where I try to compare to what other things I see and other people I know, I find I'm always going to fail. But the Lord, in His goodness, always wants to call us back to Him, bring our hearts back to Him. So my prayer as I think about this is, Lord, would you continue to speak to your people, continue to call us back to yourself, to bring us into that great, deep, thriving, abiding relationship so that we can know you and accomplish the things that you've set before us. And Lord, I'm also thankful for the privilege of calling me for these days to this place, to be influenced by your presence and your power and your word, and to spend time with leaders who you've called me to pour into in small ways. Lord, for your kingdom, would you do great and good things? I believe God's stirring some really good things across Metro Vancouver. I believe He's stirring some really good things around Sunrise. And I would just continue in your own church to call out to God and say, God, your will be done. Would you blow us away with the things that only you can do? God, because if we can map them out in our own minds and our own hearts, if we can map them out and see them done just by our planning and our perfection, God, we need things bigger than that. We need things that are blown away, that are big because we see you present in them. Have a great week. God bless.